Hello and welcome to the Nation Newsroom with me, Lerpong, Amsa-ngiam.
And I'm Onravee, Tangmeesang.
Hi, Kun Onravee. What do we have for today's highlights?
Today's highlights, we have Prime Minister may meet with the PAD after returning from Switzerland. And we also have SL Consortium won the auction for providing 3G service nationwide. And what else do we have today, Kun Lerpong?
For today's talk, we have Kun Suthichai, Yoon and Kun Tulsathit, Tuptim to discuss about the possibility of the red shirts and the yellow shirts joining hands to oust the government.
Really? If that's true, I cannot imagine what is going to happen next. You cannot miss it. Prime Minister Abhisit Vejjajiva will possibly intervene to end the protests by the People's Alliance for Democracy after returning from Switzerland, Deputy Prime Minister Suthichai said on Friday. Abhisit is now in Davos, Switzerland, attending the World Economic Forum. He departed Thursday night and is scheduled to return to Bangkok Monday morning at 6 a.m. Suthichai said he believed Abhisit would want to talk to the PAD following the protests in front of the government house since Tuesday. The yellow shirt disagrees with the government on how it's handling the border dispute with Cambodia. Three PAD leaders, Tangmeesang, flanked by co-leader Prapan Kunmi and spokesman Pantep Puapongpan, called for an immediate removal of Cambodian flag hoisted over the dispute area near Pravihan Temple. Commenting on the possibility that the Prime Minister might seek talks with the PAD, Tangmeesang said time has run out for any negotiations. Instead of talking, Tangmeesang said the government should start taking actions to meet the PAD's demands. One of the demands includes the cancellation of 2000 Memorandum of Understanding on border dispute with Cambodia. Tangmeesang said they will decide their next move based on the turnout of crowds this weekend. He added that the decision on how long the protests would last depended on the turnout of the protesters this weekend at their rally site at Makwan Bridge. The three PAD leaders have strong optimism on swaying the sentiment. They said after 4 days of protests, the crowds have been bigger. They vowed to bring up their protest activities.
For those who have been waiting for a 3G service, it is likely to be ready for use within this year after SL Consortium, which consists of 4 companies, won the e-auction this morning, offering a quoting price at 16.29 billion baht. There were only 2 qualifiers in the final bid of the Telephone Organizations of Thailand's 3G network rollout project this morning at the TOT headquarters. SL Consortium, which comprises Loxley, Samat, Nokia Siemens Networks, and Huawei Technologies, gave a better quoting price. SL's 16.29 billion baht beat 16.77 billion baht offered by AU Consortium, which consists of Advanced Information Technology, Alcatel Lucent Thailand, and United Communication Industry. The bid is 6.59% lower from the state agency's budget for the project. Initially, the project was expected to cost 17.44 billion baht. The project will see TOT roll out the 3G 2.1 GHz nationwide. If things go as planned, TOT will be able to launch the service on this new network in the initial phase in major provinces in April. Currently, 3G service is provided in limited area in major cities by True, DTAC, and AIS. While AIS is offering a commercial trial service, True and DTAC service is on commercial basis.
Friday, January the 28th. Is it serious when people start talking about the yellow shirts and the red shirts joining together to overthrow Abhisit Vejjajiva? Do you think that is just midsummer night dream, or is it something that cannot be discounted?
We used to think of it as a joke, actually, until today, when Kun Chaiwat Sinsuwong all of a sudden came out to tell reporters that he met some red leaders in jail, Dr. Weng and Natta Woodberg. He said that he asked the two red leaders to join his movement to oust Abhisit. To oust Abhisit.
To oust Abhisit. And then what happens after that? I mean,
that's not a question, because as we know, the PAD or the splinter group represented by Kun Chaiwat, they didn't quite want a normal process of political development. They did some sort of a loyally appointed prime minister,
which is not really constitutional.
Exactly, and it's not the way that the red shirt has been demanding. So the red shirt have been fighting against this kind of so-called unconstitutional development in Thai politics. So it really it's quite difficult for the two colors to really fight together.
But what do you think, Kun Suthichai, Lim Tong Kun, you think about this proposal?
We are waiting for the reaction to this. We checking with Kun Jamlong Simmuang, who is with the PAD, and Kun Suthichai also.
It would be very, very interesting if Suthichai says, well, maybe we can consider that. Because then it means that the red shirts and the yellow shirts will be joining hands to overthrow Abhisit. The next step would be who is going to be the prime minister.
The next step is what happens next, because the red shirt will say, okay, we want a new election, because we are a pro-democracy group. So we cannot demand anything else but a direct election. But the PAD or Kun Chaiwat splinter group, they will say that no, maybe no. Maybe we want a prime minister who can lead a national government. The red shirt leaders who met Kun Chaiwat, they did not quite respond to his offer as yet. Otherwise, Kun Chaiwat would have said so.
We will have to see whether the red shirts will now pursue the proposal made by Chaiwat, and how would Chaiwat react to it if the red shirts really accept it. Because, as they say, be careful what you ask for, you might get it. And if Chaiwat gets the red shirts positive response, okay, let's do it, Chaiwat will get very nervous, I think, because then the whole burden will be on his shoulders to explain to the public what is really happening in Thai politics.